Hi everyone, so happy you took the time again to come over and watch a new video from Dyanne. And my name is Janny, and of course for everyone who is here already for a long time, welcome, and for everyone who is new here, we hope you like this content, and afterwards we hope you will consider subscribing to Dyanne and my channel. On this channel we do lots of DIYs, decorating, cleaning and a little bit of shopping, so if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe to Dyanne and my channel. And for now, like I always say, enough talking, let's see what we are up to. Here you see what we will use for our next DIY. This DIY is made of totally from scrap wood. This is pallet wood I got for free from, like I told you earlier in another video, from my husband's work. So they have pallets they don't use anymore, so I saw them in little pieces. So I need 4 of them, and what I'm going to make, I try to make at least another sign, and I'm going to make a sign which has a little bit with the winter time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make 4 different heights of our sign, and I'm going to try to keep the tops. I'm going to make some points out of it, so it will look a little bit like some ice. So we will see if I can see, if I can see or not. We will see how it will turn out. So I saw them, and then I show you how they are looking like. And here you see how they turned out. Of course, it was a little bit harder than I expected to do, but with my jigsaw, I just try to make some points on top of it, and you can lay them in any order you want. I use this order because I like how they are going to up and down. So, but I am going to paint them in the white chalk color, but not totally white. So you see already I have them ready to paint. I am happy that I can try to do another new chalk paint, because the last one I tried so many already, but nothing is covering in once. So I'm going to try this time a new one. It's also, I don't know if it is a brand Hornbach. I don't even know if you can get it outside of I think in Germany and something else in Europe, but I don't know if you get it further away. But at least this one I'm going to try if this covers in once, at least twice. So I am looking forward to not to paint things 6 times again. So I am looking forward how this will turn out. You see already I did my piece of my paint tin. I did in some plastic container because I love that a little bit better to paint with. So we will see if I am correct, and this is covering, at least I hope it will cover in one coat. What I'm going to do, I start in the middle, and what I'm going to do, I'm just keep it away a little bit from the side, so a little bit over here, but not totally on top of it, because I want to stay I want to have that you see still a little piece of the wood. So I'm not going to do it totally. I'm just going to, yeah, you call it distressing. It's not really distressing, but a little bit more like distressing, because I want to have it also a little bit of the wood showing. So I will do all 4 of them, and then I show you. Maybe that's better that you can see exactly what I mean. And here you see already a little bit what I mean. I just keep the sides a little bit open from the wood, but just do a little bit the way you think it's right. I'm always doing something. Sometimes I have no idea, so I'm always going to try. So I let it dry for a moment, and what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to make little tags for inside of our sign, a little bit of the longer one, smaller one, and I'm going to make them on my computer. I show you in a moment how I make them, and if you want to have them, you always know you can find them in our description box. But I'm going to make the word, I think I'm going to do cold or snow. I'm not really sure. We will see, and what I will come up with. And so you have for nothing, for no cost, you have a nice sign for in your home, for your Christmas decor or your winter decor, just where you are decorating for. So I'm going to my computer right now, and then I'm going to make our little tags for inside of here. You see already the prints we made for our little sign, and of course I did the words separately. It looks now like it's fitting together, but I did them separately because or else you did get one word smaller than the other word. So I did them separately, and later I just squeeze them in, so it will it looks the same when I cut them out. Of course, because you have different size of trees. I show you in a moment exactly what I mean, then it's better than I explain it. What I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to cut them out, and then we are going to Mod Podge them on top of our sign. So you see already I cut the print out, and I left a little piece on the top, and what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to make a little bit of the points the same way I have on top of my end of my wood. So I'm going to also try a little bit to do the same way over here, and then I'm going to Mod Podge it on top of our little pieces of wood before we glue everything together. So you see I use the normal Mod Podge for my work, but if you have school glue or something else you're doing it with, it's also fine. I'm just going to use this little smaller one. I am going to Mod Podge on top of it, and I already am busy with one of them because I always make a little bit more prints than one. So I am just going to do a little bit of the Mod Podge on top of it. And what I'm going to do, I'm really going to squeeze it a little bit hard on top of our wood, because I want to have a little bit like the wood structure is a little bit coming through your piece. So I have to look if I am having it straight on top of my wood, because I want to have the words a little bit the same, on the same height I mean. So that's why it will be a task. So I am going to do all the rest of them, and then I show you how they are looking like with all of them on top of here. But you see already he is already looking great. So you see already I have all of them in the Mod Podge, and I also did this time, I did also the top of it, but I did not only do the picture, but I also did the total front of our wood, also with some Mod Podge. Later on we will distress it a little bit with a little bit of the black and a little bit of the furniture wax. But that's later. I let it dry for a moment right now, and then I'm going to glue it with second glue against each other. So then you get one frame, and then we are going to distress it a little bit and work it further to finish it off. So I use a normal glue, at least from a normal brand. I don't know if you can get it outside of here, I don't know, but at least it is second glue, so it normally it glues in seconds, but that's in theory, but in the practice it doesn't glue immediately, especially not when you do it on wood. So I hope that you see already it looks like the whole tube is full, but it isn't. So I'm going to take my next one, and of course this always goes on camera, because on camera, when you have your camera running, it never goes the way you like it to go. So I have it over here, I did some, and now I'm going to glue this together to this one, and of course I can better lay them beside each other, and this way I can squeeze them together. And so I will do all of them, and then I show you how they are looking like when they are totally against each other. So you see here already I have all four of them glued together, and what I'm going to do right now, because he's very plain right now, at first I'm going to do it with some of my furniture wax. You see here just simple furniture wax, and of course you can stain it, you can use anything you like, you can even use brown paint if you like. So I'm just going to dip my little brush inside of the furniture wax, and I'm just going to dab it off, that I have not a lot on top of my brush, but enough to distress it on the sides, of course. And I will do the whole piece, and then I show you how that is looking, how it is looking, sorry. And of course don't forget to do the sides, because we want to have it a little bit of the rustic feeling, and the tops of course, just work your way around your sign, and also distress a little bit immediately the sides, not a lot, but just pieces to give it a little bit of a warm rustic feeling. And you see already how much it changes. So now I do the whole sign, and then, because I won't bore you with that, and then I show you how it's looking with only the brown on it. Here you see already how the sign is looking when you only distress it a little bit with some furniture wax or just with some stain, and I already love the rustic and the farmhouse feeling it gives. But if you want to distress it with another color, it's also fine too. Now I'm going to do with the black some little pieces here and there, not everywhere, but just little pieces, and then I'm going to finish it off on top of it with a little piece of twine, just to give it a little bit more of an still a little bit more of an touch from a rustic look, but of course you don't have to do that. So I'm going to finish it off with the black first. And here you see already the touches of the black. I didn't do a lot of black, but if you like to use more black, go ahead. It's fine. You can do anything you like. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to give it a little bit of twine on top of here. I have to look if I like it or not. And then we are going further with our second DIY, because this video will be all about dress wood and scrap wood, just how you call it, but everything will be in wood. So I'm going to finish it off with some twine. This is what we will use for our next and second DIY. Here you see already I have some end pieces of a piece of you use for holding up your fence. And I have 4 end pieces of it, and I'm going to paint them first. I hope you have also lying around in your stash or in your garage just pieces like this. Most of the time you also can find them with some home decor store of Home Depot. I think you call it a Home Depot store, where you can where they sell wood. Most of the time they also have a dumpster where you can find pieces of wood. At least here we do. And I am going to try to make something out of this also. So I'm going to paint them, I think in white or in the black color. Here you see already all 4 of them, but I'm only going to use 3. So I'm going to stack them on top of each other like this. So you see here, this is what you get, and I will glue them now together before I will paint them. So I will do that first, and then I'll show you how I'm going to paint it. So you see already I have them glued on top of each other. I mean, you know what I mean. They are stuck. What I'm going to do right now, I'm just taking again my white chalk paint, and it seems like everything is covering in one piece. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going again, not totally on the sides, just also a little bit in between, also here and here and here, just not totally the whole block. But if you like the whole block white is fine also, but I'm going to try to leave it a little pieces behind, so it gives a little bit more of a distressed look, just like we did with our other sign. So I'm going to do all 3 of them, and then I show you how it's looking like and what I mean exactly. Here you see what I mean with a little bit of the distressing. I just left out some pieces of the wood. So I did the middle, I did thicker, and of course the sides I did a little bit less. I let it dry now for a while, and now we're going to my computer because I'm going to make some little tags for inside of here. So come along with me. And here you see already the print we just made, and I am really loving the brown, the green and the red. Of course I have 2 of them for the front side and the left side. I will cut them out, and then we are going to place them on our wood. So, and here you see already how they are looking like when you have them on top of your wood. Of course, I will do one together with you, and the other ones I will do out of camera, because or else you will be very bored the way I am going to Mod Podge my pictures. And of course I show you one, but I think you all already know how to Mod Podge your pieces, but I'm just going to show you one on top of here, and I'm going to try to get them a little in the middle. So you see already, so easy to make from old scrap wood and some paint and a little bit of print. You already have your own made sign. I'm going to do the rest and then I show you. Here you see already how he is looking on this side, and of course the other side is the same. What I'm going to do, of course, I'm going to make a little bow on top of it. You don't have to do it, and what you also see is people who do just totally the ribbon on the side of here, so you can do also that. So if you like that a little bit better, then you can do, of course, the ribbon totally over it. But I'm only going to do it on top of our top of our wood. We are going to make a little bow. I don't know which bow I will make. I have to look for what's fitting best for on top of here, but you can also leave it this way. If you like it a little bit better this way, it's also fine too. Just do whatever you think is right. So I'm going to try to make a bow. So you see, I already prepared my ribbon. I took the red and the black buffalo check. What I did, I made two tails, of course, two longer ones and two smaller ones. We will use them later on, but first we're going to make the top bow. I did 8 pieces of 20 centimeters, but of course you can take the length you want. What I'm going to do, I have did 8 pieces, but of course I don't know if I really going to use this, because the tail of the bow doesn't have to be that big. So I'm going to squeeze one, and I'm going to do the other one in the opposite direction. Also fold it and just squeeze it and just turn it around against each other. And so you do on and on and on until you have all of them. And then you're going to take a wire and just make your wire around it. So I'm going to do it a little bit fast for people who don't want to see it. And I need one over here and squeeze them and just turn it around again. I think I'm going to use 6, because that's already a very thick bow, because the ribbon is very how do you call it, not smooth, but he's very stiff, I think, if I say it right. And another one, and we are going to do that the opposite direction, of course. Just squeeze it again, and also this way. What I'm going to do, just take a piece of wire, just do it in the middle, just bend it and just turn it around, so you have. And now you see already, now you have just one piece, and now you only have to work with your bow, so it looks a little bit better like it is right now. So I'm going to work with it and then I show you. So you see, this is how our little bow turned out. What I'm going to do right now, I just hope I can show it to you. We will start with the tails. Of course, I will do you a little bit further away so you can see it a little bit better. Now we are getting our longer one and our smaller one. Of course, we have to do them a little bit together, because I want to have them hanging a little bit sideways, a little bit this way and this way. But of course, you see already he's a little bit wide on top of it, so I'm going to squeeze it a little bit together and just fold it. And then we are going to do some glue on top of here. And we are going to glue it a little bit this way. There's one of them. And now we're going to do the other one in the opposite direction. a little bit fold it this way and just bend it this way. And we have to look, because you see already I am doing it wrong, because the smaller one has to be on that side. So you have, when you see your sign, you have it on both ways. You have a nice view. So just bend it this way, and now gluing it a little bit over here, and just squeeze it and just bend it this way, and just do a little bit glue with it if it doesn't totally stay in the same place like I do. And now we only have to glue our bow on top of here, and we are going to glue it a little bit over here. So I hope it shows already a little bit how it will turn out. So you see already how he is on top of our sign. Later on I show you the final end result, of course. But what we're going to do right now is going to DIY number 3. And here you see already the main things we need for this third DIY, and of course some couple of the wooden blocks. I did with my jigsaw, I made squares, so I did 6 squares, but of course we are going to need only 3. And of course I need some Christmas trees you use also in your Christmas village. I think you call them bottle brush trees, if I am correct. You can get them in any color you like. Of course I have the green color because I want to have them in my home. So you can get them in different measurements. You can bigger ones, smaller ones. So I will see which one I will use, but you need 3 of them. And that are the main things we need for this third DIY. And also again, it doesn't have to cost you anything. So use the things in your stash. You see already our 3 blocks, and you see I did a cross with a pencil over it to measure out the middle, and I drilled a little hole inside of the middle because our bottle brush has to stay inside of here. So we are going to glue it later on, but first we are going to decorate our little stands for it. So I'm going to give them first a paint of coat with some white chalk paint. So I use the white color, but of course you can use any chalk paint you like. If you like better the black one or the white one or gray one, just do what's fitting for your decor. I'm going to make them, all 3 of them, white. So you see already our blocks are already dried. I did the top totally white, and I decided later on to do the sides only a little bit of this dressing. What I'm going to do right now, I'm just taking some Mod Podge, and I'm doing all 4 of the sides with some Mod Podge so they can dry before we go to my computer and just make also little pictures for on the sides of our stand. So, but I'm going to do all 4 sides of them with some Mod Podge, because or else your Mod Podge later on when you glue your picture on top of it, it will suck totally in and it dries fast. So I'm going to give it a little first coat on top of it. So you just saw me making our last print for this DIY. You see here already I did 2 different sizes, a little bit of the bigger one and a little bit of the smaller one. So I printed out, of course, 4 pieces because we need 4 of the G, 4 of the O and 4 of the Y. So I did it with all of them. So I'm going to cut everything out. I'm going to measure out if I need the smaller one or the bigger one. Here you see already I cut all the words joy out, and what I'm going to do, I take some Mod Podge, and this time I'm not doing the picture but I'm doing the whole piece of the side. So just everything with some Mod Podge or what you use, and of course I will place the letter on top of it. and I use this time the bigger ones, and I have to go to try to get it in the middle. And you see already they are looking very nice. This is the one with the dots on top of it, and I will do all 3 blocks with the print. So you see the blocks with the little pictures on it, and it calls joy. The only thing what we're going to do right now, I just looked in my big bag with some trees. I looked for different sizes, but I didn't like it, so I am going for the middle size, and I am doing all 3 of them in the same length, and of course I will glue them inside of here so they will stand up right. I'm just going to show you this way. I think the light is better for you this way. And what I'm going to do, I also do a little bow from a simple piece of twine, and I'm gluing this on top of here, so you see you can just get a nice little stand with a nice Christmas tree on top of it. And I am really loving how it turned out. Most of the time something pops in my head and I have really no idea how it will turn out, but this time I'm really happy how it turned out. So I will finish them off, and then I show you the end result of all 3 of our wooden DIYs. And here you see our 3 made DIYs from wood. Here you see our first DIY we made. I love this sign and I love the rustic touch to it. Also with a little piece of twine on top of it. I am loving it, but you, of course, like I always say, you don't have to do that. You can do it and make it your own special way. You see here our second DIY. I'm loving the colors and especially the bow on top. I am really in love with. And of course, you just saw me making the bow and how easy it was just to make your own high-end bow with some little piece of ribbon. Here you see my 3 stands for my Christmas trees. I love the print and I love the colors of our print. And like I said, all the prints I use, they are in our free printable. So if you want to make also this DIYs, I hope you just take advantage of this and use the prints. And I am happy you were here and that you made it to the end. I am so thankful for that, and I hope to see you next time. So this was it already for today's video. We hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for spending some time with Dyanne and me. And if you like this content and you are not subscribed to Dyanne and my channel, we hope you will consider subscribing, and I hope you will tick the bell so you will be notified every time we upload our new video. And of course everyone, we wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay safe, take care of yourself and take care of each other. And Dyanne and I hope to see you in our next video. Love from Dyanne and me. Bye everyone.